All right, everybody, we're back continuing the lesson on CJ's simple self-defense. We're going to talk about how to throw a proper punch today, all right? So a couple of things you need to understand. Let's briefly go over, I covered stance, let's just briefly go over it in review, all right? Feet shoulder width apart, your dominant leg slightly back, your front shoulder, your front lead hip, foot slightly canted so you're less of a target, you're kind of bladed a little bit. Power is always going to be generated from your hips, we demonstrated that, go back to the first video. And now we're going to bring in the hands. We're going to present these hands, all right? This is so cool, but let's talk about it real quick, all right? How do you use a proper fist without breaking your hand or minimizing the breaking of a hand? Well, first of all, when you throw a punch, boom, you want to align your first two knuckles with the wrist because it's supporting and then everything else is aligned, all right? If you hit anywhere else, your hand will tend to crumble either way. Now, for those of you that just don't want to use the fist in a moment of self-defense because you feel like you might break your hand, all right, check it out. You can use the heel of the hand strike. You know, as I thrust out, I use the heel of the hand, keep my thumb in close so I don't injure it, bring my curl my fingers in, and I punch out, and it's the same alignment. Now, you may feel pain, but the chances of you breaking your hand are unlikely. But common practice, people use their fists when you're upset. And we can talk about hammer fists later in another video. But let's just talk about our instinctive use of the hands, all right? So we talked about that. We've got our stance. We're going to start with the lead jab. Now, this isn't the boxing jab where I'm like playing with you, trying to do little setups and this, that. That's not what we're trying to do. If I'm using my lead hand, if somebody's approaching me out of nowhere and it's the closest weapon I have to the person, then that's what I'm going to use. But we want to make it impactful with body movement and bone alignment. Okay, so watch this. So this is the lead jab, right? See how quick that was? But let's cut off the arm, pretend it's not there. All right, remember, push off the back foot, and I want you to imagine throwing your arm out there. Bang, good. That's throwing your body weight into the punch. Now let's bring in the arm, all right? So for the arm, bam, I'm hitting with bone alignment. I'm torquing my fist, first knuckles are hitting the target, wrist aligned with the elbows to the shoulder, chin down, shoulders protecting one side, opposite hand is protecting the other. Notice how my body weight followed with a punch. So here it is from another angle, and back, and back. But the reality of it is you want to retract, you want to bring it back for defense. So always think defense. I fire, and then bring it right back to cover yourself from defense. Another angle, and bring it back. One more angle, look at my body weight. I'm turning my little jab into a very vicious punch. But make sure you establish that bone alignment. Power is generated from the back foot, hips, shoulders, and step. All right? Front foot goes 6 inches, opposite leg comes up 6 inches. That's how we move, all right? All right, that's the jab, okay? That's your lead hand. We're drawing from boxing. Yes, you can draw self-defense from boxing, okay? Now, if you want to use the pommel strike, same thing, nothing's changed. You're talking at the water cooler, you got your dominant leg back ready to go, somebody just charged you, you're at a gas station. Same thing. You're firing. Look how I turn the shoulder, step, boom, throw my body weight into it, and I'm protected, okay? That is your lead hand. How you make it effective is throwing your body weight behind it, okay guys? So we're not trying to score points with a jab. We're not trying to just set up like an antenna and feint, all that good stuff. It's happening. The person just ran in my space and I need to distract them now and I need to make it effective, okay? Now let's talk about our dominant side. I'm right hand, so it's gonna be my dominant side. What I like about firing from the dominant side is this. Look at this. Even though it has more to travel, you can generate more velocity from here. Turn, hit, shoulder, and release. We showed it in the other video, okay? So here's what it looks like from the front. I take that same step, and I launch. Look at the shoulder turn from this side. Step, fire, launch, torque, and then retract. Remember, it starts from the foot, knee, hip, shoulder, release. It's almost like your arms are resting, being ready to be thrown out by your body, okay? Your arms are loose, stay relaxed, okay? When you throw the punch, don't close up your hands to the last second. Forces you to relax, okay? So here it is again. Here's the cross, okay? So step, boom. Look at the hip turn. That's what's going to make your punch more effective. So now I'm putting my body weight into the target. I'm torquing and turning, and I'm thrusting head down, right? So the only opening is the top of the forehead, jaw and ear. Everything else is protected. Opposite hand is protected, and I retract. So here it is. Stand-up position. We're talking at the water cooler. Somebody wants money at gas station. I don't have the money. Oh, well, F you, so they're charging at you. And you want to fire a quick, dominant hand. Well, quickness comes from the pivot in your hip. So, hey, bro, I don't have no change. Hey, man, stay back. Just like that, okay? That's it, okay? Look at the torque. And retract, okay? So that's the mechanics of your dominant hand. If you're a southpaw, same thing, all right? Nothing's changed. You just change directions as we go, all right? So let's talk about the two-piece. Boxing, they call it the 1-2 or the jab cross. So we're talking, and we talked about the jab, we talked about the cross. Now we're going to put it together. Again, talked about the jab, talked about the cross. Now we're going to put it together. One more time. We talked about the jab, talked about the cross. Let's put it together, okay? This is the two-piece, the 1-2, the jab cross. We're talking. What's up? Hey, what's up, man? Hey, we good? We good? Look at the shoulder turn. All right, here it is. Here's what it looks like from the front. We get here. I jab, torque. I'm still throwing my body weight into the target, okay? Boom, boom. It's still feet, hips, and shoulders, okay? Feet, hips, and shoulders, feet, hips, and shoulders, okay? Now, to make it quicker, look at I call it the cross path, okay? I don't do this. No karate stuff. That's not for me. I mean, if it works for you, go for it. All good. No hate. No hating on the karate, okay? But if I want to come in quick, as soon as I retract, the other hand comes out. That's what makes it look fast. You want to hit the person like this. You hit them like that, you're going to shudder their brain just for a second. So it looks like this. Oh, from here, hey man, we good, right? From here, notice how I'm throwing my body weight, bop, bing, okay? So the way you practice it at home, guys, is you practice smooth, okay? So you're moving around, or you just practice from realistically a stationary position, okay? Jab, jab, jab. Wow, that was a cross, sorry. Jab, right? Jab. Smooth, right? Then the cross. Look at my defense. Cross. Good. Cross. Cross. And then you fire the jab cross. 1-2. Pop, pop. Around. 1-2. Bang, bang. Make sure those hips turn, shoulders down, hands up. Go. Pop, pop. All right. Perfect. Now, let's make it even more vicious, self-defense, right? So you're a woman, you feel like your punch is not strong enough, or you're a smaller person. Listen, trust me, if you work the techniques, your punch will be strong enough, all right? Trust me, you're adding body weight to your punch. But who in here walks to their car with their keys in their hand? Hey, those are impact devices to utilize with your jab, keys, cross, keys, jab cross, key cross, right? You can utilize it, you know. Who carries a phone in their hand? That's also a good weapon of choice, impact device, if you need to use it. And I'm talking self-defense. I'm not talking about starting the show. This is not for a bully. If you're a bully, don't watch this video, all right? Go back to my predator psychology, okay? Here it is, all right? So that is something to practice. Okay, guys, you have your homework. Remember, body weight comes, no games. We ain't scoring points. We're trying to affect, distract, stun, so we can get out of dodge. So your first shot is important. It has to count, right? So push off, jab, right? Fire. Push off, jab, right? Same thing. Keep your knees bent and flexed. Cross out of nowhere. Launch it and bring it back for defensive purposes. Okay, Next series, we're going to talk about how to effectively utilize an elbow, guys. All right, you ready? Just stay with me. Stay with the series.